first down. Vic. That's complete to John Ross. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Vic operating on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again, Vic on second and 10. Wide open, Gronkowski. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. A first down throw coming for Vic. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The first carry now for Ricky Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll go option to the short side. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a third down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you called it the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Anderson's kick is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead.
An automatic Morton Anderson does it again, knocks another one through the posts. I have to be careful because it's almost boring, you know, just how accurate he is. So he knocks another one through.
All-time NFL leading scorer. He's known as the Great Dane because he's from Copenhagen. And I think, Charles, he actually leads two different franchises in scoring, does he not?
Well, at one time he did. New Orleans Saints, 13 seasons there, still the all-time leading scorer with them. And the Atlanta Falcons, he held that record, but Matt Bryant has since passed him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mean Joe Green coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, it's Vick. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 50 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Vick will look to throw on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Michael Vick. He's going to wind up and air it out. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. DeAndre Hopkins, 40 yards. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Detroit! From the gun, Steve Young. Man open, Rice. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. No. Check. Patriot. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And he showed off yet again those elite cover skills that make him one of the greatest to ever play the cornerback position. If you're going to throw it anywhere in his vicinity, you obviously have to be on the high alert because he's a tremendous athlete.
Boy, a great athlete indeed. He can pretty much do anything. In fact, he's the only person to have both a reception and an interception in Super Bowl history. Vick readies to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Throwing, Vick. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
You just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now here's Vick. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Vick to throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's McKinnon, and an alley to run. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. They'll try to throw now. Young buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Philly. 51 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Ricky Williams, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Anderson now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Vic. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Vic on 2nd down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Vic to the air again. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They just get the play off. Now Vic. Oh, and now Vic throwing another interception. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Following the interception, Young being chased out left. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 45. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And with great field position here, chance for some points before the break.
That's prime real estate. Just have to decide how they want to try and take their shot to try and put those points on the board.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And now running right through it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Hut! Hut!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second down, Young. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there, and it's third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they just get the play off. Now Young, flushed out right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. Forced out to his left. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On the option, here's Juszczyk. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now McKinnon fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That was 2nd down throw for Vick. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On 1st down, they go option to the right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. From the gun, Vick. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. To throw, Vick. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, Young steps away to his left. A dump down to McKinnon. And he lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Ray Lewis in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Vick now. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up. Over!
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he gets gets this inside the 35-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. Evades him at the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. This is Coleman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He'll get it up the middle. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jerick McKinnon taking it in from 4 yards out. And a forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Eagles. Important extra point up and through. And they will take a 7-point lead. Anderson now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And New York set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that? And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Back to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
He's back to throw. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. My feet up, got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the leader, getting out while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, Mayday. Bubbles and these models are. It's poppin', I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take my. Spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. Dimes, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vannas. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done dared every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the...
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble now, great field position. And they'll run it for the first time with Ricky Williams. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll give it to him up the middle. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go.
It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Here's Bell. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
And his kick here is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's rock now. Do something. Sit.
On 1st down, it's Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Out of the gun, Newton. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
180.
From the gun, here's Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Sanders. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
On the counter, here's Williams. Oh, a nice spin. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Ricky Williams, 29 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out come the Jets. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Newton on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Here we go.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. About 3 yards there to the 27. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Hey, hey. 20. Expand. 8.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Chris Long able to track him down for a loss of. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Set. 230.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the hometown guys with the football here to begin this second quarter of play. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
These two. Set. Black 30.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Like 80. All right, let's go.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Yeah, Sanders now to return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A run by Mack to start the drive. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Over the middle, Schultz got it complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. That's the first time we get a look at the 2011 Hall of Fame inductee and 3-time Super Bowl champ Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah, he won 2 Super Bowl titles with Denver and a 3rd with Baltimore. I said that's pretty good investment on a 7th-round pick. Also tells you we didn't evaluate him very well coming out of college, didn't we?
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Mack. And now running right through it. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. He needed 9. He got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. The career leader in field goals made knocks that one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Roberts with it over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Ben on third and long. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's taken it around the 40. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Newton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides when he does come alive.
And it'll be intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's caught inside the 30. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Time for a break. We've hit half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Ben going to give it to Williams. And some room to work. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for the touchdown. Ricky Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Now Roethlisberger will head to the line as his guys will go for 2. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run.